Hey y'all, what's up? I wasn't gonna watch. I'm just laughing because I guess I stay in an older building, so the walls are thinner, and it seems like I let my Pandora go on random. And it was playing a lot of old school, like Pretty Ricky and Aaliyah and stuff like that, and she's playing like my list verbatim, my neighbor. Anyway, outside, but I hope everyone has but the only difference is she's only playing like kind of like songs that were singles or you hear in clubs. Like I knew album songs, so like AJ Ain't Nothing But Number is a deep cut or a song you play in a club, but other songs in the album like Make It Like It Was on their second album and stuff like that. Like this is my song. But I am going to try to keep this short because I was fine. I tweeted all of Monday. Most of Monday, I was watching Raw and then sitting on my couch like I'm normally do right now. It's the first time I've been on my couch in 2.5 days. I start feeling pain in my chest randomly, okay? Went to work, woke up, ain't feel good, had a shortness of breath, wore a mask the whole day. I said the last time I felt like this I had COVID, which was December 2021. I got vaxxed June that year. Then my son went to camp. Tuesday fine. 2:30 in the morning on Wednesday, threw up. Thought it was strep because he had strep in January. Took a test, he got COVID. His symptoms are basically gone. I went to go take a test today because I didn't have energy. They didn't have any more tests in my doctor's office. Told me to go to the lab. I didn't have energy to drive nowhere else. I drove home. The doctor's office up the street from my house. I got COVID. So me watching this show, I'm half got a voice trying to scream. And then I'm screaming, my voice is cracking. My dad going, I can't breathe. Like, it's crazy. First of all, the way the show opened up, people always size up Madison Square Garden because it's Madison Square Garden, and WWE or WWF has had a lot of history with Madison Square Garden, which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? But it's the 2020s, okay? We gotta let that go because I don't care. First of all, now you got Madison Square Garden in the city, but you also got the Nets Stadium in Brooklyn, or the 44 Stadium. I don't know what the hell it's called. Brooklyn hype be crowded than the Madison Square Garden hype. And I was like, even though the show opened the way it do, watch Chicago still be the livest audience in America. Them and Philly. I ain't add Philly on there because Philly is a given. They could have a losing streak of 0-16 for the Eagles. They still gonna be loud, okay? That's just how Philly roll, okay? Any sport, and it could be 1,000 people in the stadium cheering for the team, whether they losing or winning. It could be 2 people in the stadium cheering for the team. Philly fans, they different, okay? Chicago too. Chicago and Philly got a lot of similarities when it comes to their culture, their fan base, their ethnicity backgrounds, like the same type of everyone, and some ties to DC. So if you have family, if you're from one of these 2-3 areas, DC, Philly, Chicago, you got family in the other 2 areas because the similarities in the way we talk and design is the same, okay? And I was 100% right. Outside of the beginning of the show and the ending of the show, New York was dead, okay? Chicago, and you only have to do all the extra stuff, like have these ceremonies and stuff with Chicago to be live. Chicago was lit, okay? Chicago had, I think last week, outside of the CM Punk situation, basic matches. Basic stuff happened. And if I'm gonna be 100% completely honest, I think last week's show, outside of like Jacob coming and my heart stopping, him coming, and then Drew coming out, and then him pushing Nick, and I was scared for Drew's life. Like in between the rest of that was just regular show stuff, so it wasn't nothing thrilling. You know what I'm saying? And they still had a more hype crowd than tonight in New York. Told y'all, I'm still recovering from COVID. Still have COVID. I'm supposed to be quarantined till Monday. So excuse the coughing and all that. First, the show starts. My song, y'all know Solo's he got my song. So I'm taking it all. I'm hearing it. Hey, hey, hey. You know what I'm saying? Bloodline come out. Boom. Then we see people roll up like they drag racing. So I'm like, who the hell? Cody come out. RKO came out. First of all, from what I heard, who was I watching? It was either Not Sam Wrestling or I forgot the name of the podcast already. The jump with Bully Ray and Mark Henry. Next time on Jacob's return. And one of them has said that he done broke some of Cody's ribs. So the way that Cody has stormed up out of there, out of that car, is what surprised me the most, if he got broken ribs. Because there's no way in hell, okay, that I'm speed walking anywhere with broken ribs and bandages around me. Not like that. Not unless I had took ibuprofen an hour before and it's kicked in. Because you know with pain medicine, a lot of it stops the inflammation, but it really just soothes, and this is my opinion, I don't care what nobody else say, it soothes the signals in your brain that tells you it's hurting. It stops that. That's what I really think it does. So the pain in your ribs is still at a 10, but because the ibuprofen went to your brain and it's numbing the alerts of your brain, and this hurts, you thinking it don't hurt, but it still hurt. Can't nobody tell me nothing different, because I'm trying to figure out how it only worked, how stuff like that work for 4 hours, and then after 4 hours it hurt again. No, that's because it's wearing off up here. When it hits your bloodstream, blood goes everywhere, even up to your brain. So when that part of the blood gets up to the brain that has the medicine in it, it's telling your brain, okay, we're not hurting no more, we're not hurting no more. Then your brain's like, okay, and you still in pain like hell over here. Can't tell me nothing different. Can't tell me nothing different, because that's the only way that makes sense. And that's why, and a lot of it got crack cocaine in it too. That's why a lot of narcotics you can't get refills on, because I know, and I theorize that they take some of that crack and cocaine that they take off the streets, put a little dash of it in them narcotics, ibuprofens and stuff, and them hydrocodones, and they put them in that medicine. That's why you can't take with so much, because you get addicted. That's exactly why. It signals your brain that we're not in pain, even though you hurting like hell, and it makes you become addicted. I'm a holistic girly. If you tell me, and I'm highly allergic to certain grass and outdoor stuff, you tell me that grass could cure the flu for me, just take a Zyrtec to stop you from flaring up, and I ain't gotta take no medicine, no antibiotics, give me the grass. Like, I tried dandelion, elderberry, ginger. Like, I used to be heavy on the what I used to take real bad. What's the stuff they used to help with acid reflux? Something begin with an A or something. I used to take that real heavy, and then when I found out the benefits of turmeric, cinnamon, and ginger, I don't take it no more. Haven't had a problem with acid reflux since. Okay? Then, on top of that, okay, outside of that, They beating the hell out of each other. Then when I was looking at the thing, when they was like something going around, and Alicia reposted last week, it was like, maybe I need to redo my announcement because she said 275 last week he was doing this, and he said I'm 290 now. Your boy been eating, and I was like, so he was 275 in what, November? He can gain 15 pounds. Excuse me, in 7 months, which is good because that's 2 pounds a month. But even still, nigga, you is almost as big, or if not bigger than The Rock. 290? That is crazy. Then they went and beat the hell out of everything, each other. And then after they beat the hell out of each other, you know what? They beat the hell out of each other. And then, who was it? Corey or Wade was like, we ain't got enough camera people. And someone's like, we worry about camera people. Basically, we ain't got enough security. Whoever said we ain't have enough camera people was right on the money. Because the transitioning was terrible. And I said, either somebody is on vacation, somebody quit, or somebody got fired. Because I was like, we're missing a camera person. Then I re-looked at it again for another 2-3 minutes. I said, no, we missing 2-3 camera people. I said, because for one, I said, the person that's doing the frames is switching back forth. And then after I kept watching, I said, where the hell is Lee at? Whoever's up in the control room, that's supposed to go. That's directing, supposed to go, okay, switch the camera run. Okay, it's camera 2. Camera 2 turns off, camera 1. Camera 3, okay, now give me 2. Give me 1. Zoom in, zoom out. Who is that? Who was the control person? Because they weren't doing their job right if all the cameras was there. Because why we kept going from a close-up frame to a wide frame for a half second. Back close, back wide, back close. Then we went to an angle. Then that cut off for a second. I was like, what the hell is going on? I don't know if it was a mix of us not having enough camera people and then the control person was off, or if the control person was just their first time doing a show like this. But I feel like this. If you're training someone that's already on production to take over the controls for that, start them off on a house show when you know it's not going to be recorded on TV. Do something like that. So if you're doing like recording for the Speed Challenge jump that's you're going to do on Wednesdays, and we know that you do those matches on a weekend during the house show, have them do that. So that way, if they botch it, we know by Wednesday, y'all can edit it out and make it still look like something. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that on no Friday or Monday night. Don't do that. That makes it look. Then, I know we got a storm coming here in North Carolina. They said in the next couple of days. But I assume it's not today. My TV went out 2 or 3 times, blacked out. First time it blacked out before they even cut to commercial. Then the sound went out. So I said the sound went out. My son was like, are they saying something they're not supposed to say? I said, I don't know. So if it was bits and pieces that happened, I don't know what the hell happened. But before that, I love Nick, man. Nick is so cool. Let me tell you the difference between him and Adam. And it's nothing against Adam, because I like Adam too. Adam going one day blow up and explode on somebody like he did Ronda Rousey. Okay? They be stressing him the hell out over there, bro. Nick, they could try to stress Nick out if they want to on Smackdown. Nick ain't the same type of dude. My man's walked out just real smooth, casual walk. Like, I got this together. Came with security. Security ain't help. Came back down with the police. They did. So I said, y'all gonna mess around. I said, y'all this close. And Drew was real close to having Nick come up out that suit. Put one of y'all in a headlock or a suplex and then go about his business after he pay a fine or be suspended for a week. Because I'm like, he real close to putting on some wrestling gear with some of y'all. Okay? That's how I feel. Then, nose. So then after that, it was Jade, Candice, and Tiff. Yeah. I still have a clear mind. I think because I haven't been to work this week. So, that Tiff. Now, it took a while. Y'all know it took a while for Tiff to get over on me. And I think it's because now I know. It's because she plays her character so well, I couldn't stand it. Just like how the Bella twins were. But what helped me like her more was actually watching her TikToks. I don't like, this is me personally, I don't like when you have new people on the roster that you bring up or they come from another company and then they automatically get a title. I don't care what the hell you promised them. If you promised them a salary and that they will get a title and the salary is guaranteed, I don't care if it's a year later. You get your check, okay? Wait till I give you this title in 6 months. And that's what I didn't like about the whole Tiffy time coming on. Because I'm like, girl just got here last week. I got her winning every match against these vets, okay? That was the first thing. Like, don't play these vets like they not vets for a reason, okay? Second of all, I don't mind her at the time winning certain matches. I just didn't want her winning overall stuff. So, I guess me and other people had complained enough because she didn't win Elimination Chamber and she didn't win the Queen of the Ring, which is good. Now I'm at the point now, she's been there for a little bit, that if she gets a title match and she wins a title, I'm not mad at her winning a title right now. But when she first got there, I was like, oh, hell no. And to be honest, I thought it was a little early for Jade too. I don't care if she came and got signed in September and then we saw her pop up in November and then she came to Royal Rumble in January. I don't care about how long she's been signed. I'm talking when she finally decided to come on a roster. What was that, February, March? And then y'all give her a title. We saw her the week before, 2 weeks before WrestleMania, and then y'all give her a title like two weeks after. Like, that's crazy. And so they came out. My favorite to win was Candice. It's the underdog in her and the grit in her that I love. You know what I'm saying? Like, she looks innocent. When she played the heel in Raw, I loved it. Tiff grew on me. I was trying to understand her gear, and it wasn't that it wasn't cute. I was just trying to figure out what was she inspired from, because I was like, oh, well, maybe she's inspired by the New York. And then I said, no, New York is blue and orange. I was thinking red, white, and blue. My brain was thinking New York, but that's the 76ers colors. So then I saw the gold, and I was like, it's kind of giving Barn and Bailey. But then when I saw the beading around the bra part, I said, but it's kind of giving like Indian fashion, sari type look. I don't know what the inspiration is, but I like the top. I don't know. I don't really care for the bottom. I like the Jade's thunderbolts on her thighs. To me, it gives more of Flash versus the Storm, though. If I'm gonna be honest, it gives me DC over Marvel. You know the reason why is because she had on that yellow, and then she had that on. Like, as far as I know, I think I've only seen in the comic books Storm having on silver, white, and black. Like, I don't remember her wearing different colors, so that's probably what's throwing me. And then Candice has on like the silver and blue and black, what I like. But I had Candice winning that. I wanted her to see her goals for Money in the Bank. And when Jade came down last. And Corey Hart says, we got her as advertised. No, what he say? She's lived up to the hype. And I was like, has she really though? And I asked my son, I said, and that's, I didn't say it out loud, I was thinking it and tweeting. So I asked my son, I said, oh. And he's like, huh? I said, do you think Jade has lived up to the hype of her getting signed? And he was like, kinda, not really. I said, okay. That's all I said. And I was like, y'all know I'm here for the girls. Okay, I'm all for the women. Here for the girls, period. Especially black and brown girls. But at the same time, I'm not biased at all. Like, if you black, brown, purple, green, yellow, orange, if you good, you good. If you bad, you bad. If you are then you're And the bad part, being is worse. Is the worst one to me, to be honest. Because if you're good, you're good. It's certain stuff you could tweak, stuff like that you can forever learn. Especially in your craft, any craft, you can forever learn whatever your profession is. It's always something new to learn. Even if it's a character flaw, it's always something new to learn. If you're bad, we could at least train you up. Or be like, all right, maybe we jumped the run. Let's put it on NXT or whatever. And sorry. And then build them up. You know what I'm saying? See how he is with the girls there. If you're it's like, what do we do with you? That's why I say that's the worst thing. Because I'm like, you're not bad where you can't wrestle. And you're not bad where you can't promo. But you're not good at either. You know what I'm saying? So, do we keep you up here? Do we put you back in developmental? Do we try a new look? Do we try a new storyline? Like, that's why I said the is, that's the same as if you're getting cheered for, good. If you're getting booed, good. If there's no reaction when you come out, that's the same as being an person. Because you'll be like, okay, so what the hell did we do with you? Like, and that's what I'm giving. I feel like if people like Corey and Cole and stuff like that didn't say that as much, I don't know if her reaction would be the same. The people will react the same. Outside of the fact that she has a body and she's gorgeous. Okay? I don't know. So I want to say, I just can't. And honestly, I didn't really when I was watching her, I started watching AEW because of her, if I'm going to be real. And I wasn't really paying attention to her style of wrestling. I was just so happy to see a black girl hold a title for that long that I wasn't really paying attention. If I'm going to be honest. I was more so looking at like people like Darby Allin, who I love. He scares the hell out of me though, because he be playing with his life every time. But I was more so looking at the certain men versus the women. So I know when you work with certain people, they can make anybody look good, and she might just been with people like that. And then, or vice versa. Like a Charlotte. Everyone I know that worked with Charlotte Flair. And I wasn't a fan of Charlotte like that 2 years back. They said that she's one of the favorite people to be in a room where you watch her matches with people, you see why. And if the match is terrible, it's either because, one, the mood of the crowd is bad, which you could feel that energy and it makes the match seem because the crowd is just energy for the crowd. Or two, the person was so like that you couldn't get nothing out of them. Okay? And she's one of those people that I feel like is like that. And I think I'm gonna say Montez or Seth is like that too, as far as men. As far as KO's kind of like that too. I was gonna say Ricochet, but yeah. So I don't know. So then the TV went out again. So I was like, this match is gonna be. And I also didn't like it because at one point in time they had my girl Candice looking like a punk. And I said, I know y'all not about to have Candice look like no wimp in this match. When a couple weeks ago, qualifying for the Queen of the Ring, she was holding her own against Bianca. Bianca is a record-breaking, trend-setting, stereotype, glass ceiling, breaking ceilings, breaking everything type of woman. And she held her own against Bianca, but y'all gonna make her look like a punk up against Tiffany and Jade. Like, that don't even make sense. That's why I was like, I know Jade is powerful, but if we gonna keep it a buck, if it's Jade versus Bianca, Jade is not winning that match. Jade ain't even really win the match against Piper. I guess the time was up. Piper knew she was supposed to lose that match. Jade pinned Piper. But like, so how is Candice looking like she's scared? That's why I was like, we really doing that this week? I just ain't like that. And when I saw the Candice versus Bianca match, and it was cut short because they tried to do all that instead of triple threat like I had mentioned, like they're doing now. I was like, they need to have another rematch or a tag team match feud or something like that. Like, I want to see, which they've had the tag team situation and it started a feud, but I still want to see Bianca versus Candice one-on-one against each other. So Nia comes out, and I thought she was coming for Jade entirely. Forgot that Tiffany was supposed to be the princess on her court. Bianca comes out. So then in the middle of Bianca coming out, then out of nowhere, after Jade falls out the ring, Indi comes out. And I'm like, what the hell? Where does she come from? Bianca chases her up the ramp, right? Causes her to match. Tiffany wins the match, which I kind of expected Tiffany would win, but that's not what I wanted. But I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Not mad at it at all. I feel like Money in the Bank is, this year so far as PLEs that I always look forward to in the past like 2 years, a year, has been Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber. Money in the Bank. WrestleMania has its moments, to be honest, but to watch all that for 2 days, I'll just be like, to be honest, I'm trying to think. The matches were good, but some of those matches, you know how when you're in a good movie and you watch, like a good example, you know how when you be in an Avengers movie, okay, and you know all the action's gonna happen at the end, but you gotta sit through all that dialogue, and then it get a little juicy like 30 minutes in, then you sit through more dialogue, then it get a little more juicy, then you sit through more, and then the big bang. That's exactly what WrestleMania is like. Like, okay, you got the commentary at the beginning, you got the preliminary matches, then that's like the talking part, then you got the opening match. You be like, okay, then you might got a couple matches that be like, you could care, you want to see him, but you wouldn't trip, you wouldn't bug out if you ain't see him. Then you got some good meat in the middle, then it fade out, then you really got like a real good part at the end. Like, that's exactly what WrestleMania is. That's low-key what Crown Jewel is too, or Queen of King, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't be looking for none. Like, what my son said was called last year, not Fastlane, what was it called? Payback. That's what it was last year. Last year the best ones was, I ain't even gonna say Rumble, not the men's Rumble, because I was pissed. The Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank, Payback, and Flashback. Backlash, because I think that was a jump with Bad Bunny. And then I think the jump with I think Payback is when KO and Sammy lost the tag team jumps in a street fight. Like, those are the best ones to me. But WWE has a good formula. Okay? That's a good formula. And this is how they keep you drawn in. Okay? Because when you want to stop watching, it's literally like watching a soap opera. So when you used to go to your grandma's house, whether she watched you, whether she lived with you, or you went to go visit or whatever, and like my grandma let me watch. So she'll wake up at 9. I could be up at 7. She'll cut on the cartoons and go lay back in bed till 9. 9 o'clock, I knew it was 9 o'clock because her alarm would go off, and every day, was it 9 or 9:30? Every day on the radio station before the man went off the air, he would play Lionel Richie, Jesus is Love. I know that song by heart, ad-libs it all, every day, okay? So Sesame Street and stuff, Teletubbies, all that stuff will go off. Grandma will go downstairs. She might catch 10 o'clock in the morning news, okay? Then she'll let me watch 30 minutes of something. 11 o'clock come on. Price is Right, okay? 12 o'clock to 12:30 the news again. 12:30 to 4 soaps, okay? Then after soaps, 4 o'clock we could watch whatever until 6 when the news came back on. So like Zoom, Lamb Chop Play Along, I'm aging myself. What used to kids sing along, puzzle plays, all that stuff, because my grandma didn't have cable, so we had to watch that, or CW, like Men in Black cartoon, something like that, Ghostbusters cartoons, Animaniacs, WB, whatever. But between 12:30 and 4, and the thing about that, and the correlation between soap opera and WWE, because I told somebody that my son liked WWE this couple years ago. He was like, oh, he likes me in soap opera. If you could be gone for months and pick back up the hell where you left off. Except for with WWE, it seems like it moves at a faster pace than the soap opera. Because let me tell you something. Except for when kids are young. For some reason, when the kid leave in the soap opera, and a week later they come back, they 18. They left, they was 5. They come back, they 18. I don't understand that. The only kid I got to see grow up on TV is when my mom, I think that little girl name was Starry or something, on One Life to Live, and we seen her actually grow up on the soap. But all the other kids, they be gone for 2-3 months and they come back 10. We be like, wait. I was like, they was just a baby last week. But the thing with that, them being like a soap opera, is with all these pay-per-views every month, first of all, they're getting the hell out of our money. But say that. That's one. Good marketing plan. Second reason why it's a good marketing plan is the time you think you're not invested. So, say like WrestleMania's here. So, from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, we doing this. Then after WrestleMania, we doing this, right? We might go down, dip down a little bit. Okay. Backlash is in May. A month later. So, we're going to dip down for a week to chill out. Maybe a tiny bit into week 2. Week 3, come back up. We coming back up to hype up Backlash. Backlash up here. Right? Then we'll come out the Backlash. Where we went? We went to Clash, right? We just did Clash. Or did we did Crown Jewel? We did one of them. Or both of them. Okay? Then we came back down. I think we just did Clash. Then we came back down. Then we come back up. Backlash. Which I think we did both. Matter of fact. Which is early for, I think, Saudi. But I think last year we went to Saudi twice. Did we go to Saudi twice last year? I'm saying we, like I worked there. Then, so now, we done came back from Clash. It felt like last week. Okay? Then we went, as soon as we come back down, storyline build back up. I feel I'd be stressed out as hell if I was a writer. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I get my ideas on here. I would be, if I'm on a writing team, I don't want to be the actual person that has to write. Okay? Put me on the creative side. If I had to be on the writing team that gives you the concept, then you write out what the hell you think I mean. And then I'm going to read over what you think I think what I mean. And if it goes inside, if it correlates with what I think in my brain, we good. Okay? But if it don't, because writing is not my strong suit. And I'm a very good writer, but I always wait till last minute because I can't never process. It'd be so much going on up here that I be wanting to say 20,000 things. That's why I always go off on tangents when I do these videos. That I be having 20,000 things I want to get down. And when I try to put it down on paper, my brain scrambles and it's frustrating to write out. My son has that. And gets frustrated like that sometimes too. And at first I thought it was dysgraphia because I looked it up. And it's like basically you have issues putting like pen to paper, thoughts to paper, like the clarity of it. But it's different forms of it. But it's really like, if it's really me multitasking and trying to write at the same time. Now with me writing everything down and having like a task planner and stuff like that, it's easier. Because now I don't have to store everything up here. So once I let it go and write it down, I'm like, okay, I need to do this. Because before it'd be, I need to write this. And while I'm writing this, my brain would go, oh, and don't forget you need to add eggs. And I'm sitting there like, thinking about that. Then I'm over here thinking about that. Then I forget about this. And y'all know. So, yeah, like let me be part of that part. Like I've done good in English. I done got B's and A's and stuff on papers. But let me tell you, I wrote that literally 30 minutes before class started. Now, if it's something analytical that has to do with, if it has anything to do with art, music, science, and math, I got you. Okay? PE, I got you. I'm naturally athletic. History, I don't mess with. Okay? History is subject. I don't deal with English or history for two reasons. The only reason why I don't really like both of them is based on perspective. For both. But English is based on perspective because you and I both can take all the same history English classes. Both the English majors. I write one paper, give to two different people, and y'all have two different versions of how my paper should be edited. Subjective. History is based on perspective of where you grew up, what you saw, how you process what you saw, like, you know what I'm saying, your beliefs, all of that. So like everybody that was alive for 9/11 remembers 9/11. But what is your perspective on 9/11? I might have a different perspective from you. If we're writing two different history books, my history book would be different from yours. And that's why I don't mess with history. Because a lot of it is one-sided, especially from the people that are the winners. And that's why a lot of CRT is banned from the States, because they don't want to give other people's histories a chance, because they know that they made themselves look like the winners this whole time in America, and they're not. And I'm not just talking about black people looking like winners. I'm talking about discrimination against German people because of the war, and the people that were German and didn't want to be a part of that had to come over here. Scottish people, Asian people, Native American people were down bad. You hear me? Them and the Hispanics or the Mayans, gay, down bad. Okay. Anybody that wasn't British was not on the winning side. Just saying. Anyway. So, yeah. Tiff ended up winning. So I was like, that's good. Because, Nia can't have no losers on her court, honey. But then I'm like, girl, if you win this Money in the Bank, it's going to be an issue. Because I have no doubt in my mind that Nia is going to become a champion one day. It never said for who. She never said, right? Or did it have to be for Bayley because she's on Smackdown, right? So if that's the case, and Tiff comes, cashes in on her, they're supposed to be allies. When they look at it as a you won, I lost situation, like how Naomi did with Bayley? Or will it be some other stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, will it be on you trying to take my power type situation? Okay? So then after that, they show the impact Sika had on the wrestling community. Because when they had first said something about Jacob, I was like, well, is Jacob a part-timer? I was like, I'm not mad if he's a part-timer. You know what I'm saying? I was like, he said he got 7 kids. He said in order for him to join WWE, he had to make sense. He spent time with his family. He wants to spend time with his family. He'd like to make more money. I was like, you got to do what's best for you and your family. And I said, or is he mourning? Like, we forget that these people are entertainers, but at the same time, they're people. And the small and Anoa'i family has the biggest legacy in wrestling. I don't care what the hell Cody's song said being his thing. WrestleMania got more than one royal family. That's very true. But the biggest and most impactful family is the Anoa'i family. Them niggas is in every brand in wrestling that I know of. Right. Are they? Do they got someone at ROH, AEW? I think that's the only place wait, I think somebody wrestled there last week. I think that's the only place they don't have nobody. I think they had somebody in Japan. Still got somebody in Japan. They got somebody, a GCW, somebody Booker T Jones, MLW, WWE, like, what's the name of that? What? Is it called AWA or something like that? It's an older one, but it's still kicking. They have people wrestling there. Like, they is all over. And I know the Hart Foundation is deep and been doing it for a while. I know Randy Orton's family's been doing it for a while. I think he like 3rd or 4th generation. Daggone Santos and them and Ray and them been doing it for a while. You know what I'm saying? I know daggone what's another family that's in the joke that's been doing it for a while. It's a lot of when I sat there and was watching the people and stuff for WrestleMania, I said I forget how many legacy kids, nepotism and stuff that they talk about. And I don't like to really use the word nepotism because I don't find it to be a good word, even though that's the definition is what it is. I don't like it. I look at nepotism in a negative way, and I only call someone a nepotist if they family have made a path for them to join a certain business. It ain't necessarily gotta be wrestling. It could be acting. It could be taking over the business, something like that. And then when you come into that situation, you act entitled. That's when you're a nepotist. To me, that's to me. Even though I know what the definition is, That's what it means in my mind. Because now if you come in here, like say, okay, I have a whole bunch of hair salons, and my son, who knows about hair treatment, he still be telling people they need to condition all that because of me. I literally have a hooded dryer. Like when I tell y'all I am a hair girly, excuse my hair, I'm COVID. I'm a hair girly. I have a stack of board games right here. Excuse my house, it's COVID. I have a hooded dryer, and then upstairs where my linens are supposed to be and my towels and stuff, it's a whole closet full of hair stuff. Hair for like braids and twists and stuff like that, gels, hot combs, curling irons, bug curl. Like I had to put my towels and stuff in my son's dresser, one of his dressers, to put my hair stuff. But look, see that? I have a whole hooded dryer, and I got a hand dryer, all that. Like, so if I ran a whole chain of cosmetology salons, right? And my son just came in entitled, like, my mom run this, or just felt entitled, like, we be asking me, hey, can you wash these towels and stuff for the clients? Why I gotta do that? Like, that's a Nepotism, baby. And I don't show favoritism. Relative or not, you get fired. You ain't about to mess up my business. But if you come in from the ground up, being humble, and because that's how I would learn, so that's how I want to teach anybody that works for me. When I'm training you, and we work for a company, or if I own the company, this is how I want to train you from the ground up. So that way, I'm going to teach you how to do something 2 times. This is how I train people. So if they put you with me, I'm going to introduce myself, whatever. I'm going to show you how to do something. I'm going to grab the book, if it has a book, to show you how to do it. Show you how to do it, and then show you in the book where it's at. The second time I'm going to do it without the book. The first thing I'm going to do is say hi. I'm going to tell you to go get the book. And I'm going to do it without the book and see if you remember or can tell if I'm doing it right. Third time, I'm going to have you do it by yourself, but I'm going to stand here and watch. And then if you ask me, you know what I'm saying, how do I do this, I'm going to tell you go refer to the book. And then I'll be like, from here on out, if you need help, refer to the book. If you don't know or can't find it at the time, then you can ask me. That's how I teach. And I want you to learn everything from the beginning. Because I feel like, first of all, you can't be a good leader if you don't know how to serve. That's period. Second of all, if you don't know how to do stuff from the ground up and you're a manager or something like that, and someone is missing or a few people are missing, and you have to come in and step in and you don't know what the hell to do, why the hell are you there? Okay? And this is very much true in fast food. Okay? So 80% of my career has been in fast food. The other 20% has been me working in the office building, with HR, office management, admissions, all that stuff. So our district manager used to come in, and we were like, oh, we're missing such and such people are missing. She used to wash her hands, put on gloves, and help us make food. And first time it shocked me because I was like, I didn't know she was like, girl, ma. She used to be like, I was a restaurant manager and a crew member before I became a district manager. Them the type of managers I like, that don't mind getting their hands dirty if they need to. They just not coming in here and making orders. I can't stand when people come straight from corporate and they want to tell the lower people what to do, and you have no clue what goes into preparing or what it takes to do what people on the lower end or what you consider the low end have to do. Like, that's why I feel like everybody that works in hospitality, whether you work on the corporate end or not, if you work on the corporate end of hospitality, I feel like even if you have a degree, you should have hospitality experience. Period. I don't care. Anyways, but yeah. So I thought being a part-timer is cool. Morning is cool. Whatever. So that's honestly, that's what I thought he was. I really did. Okay. So, Then LA Knight had came out. No. Santos had came out. Right? Santos came out first. So Santos came out. I was like, and somebody said Electra Lopez, and I said, where was she at? Either they show her real quick, or I wasn't paying attention. Okay. So then LA Knight came out. The crowd went crazy, and I told my son, I said that I don't remember when me and the rest of America got on board with him. But I just knew I guess all of us synced in at one time, and it just went up from there. Because let me tell you something. When he first went from, where he was, Max, and then he was like, I beat LA Knight. And I said, who the hell is that? And someone was like, that was his name when he was in NXT. And I said, okay. And in the first couple weeks, I was like, and then like after week 4 or something like that, I was like, I kind of like him. Because I was like, he gives like a nostalgic vibe. And then the new kids that don't know about like Stone Cold and The Rock and stuff like that, they think it's new. Okay? So I guess me and the rest of America got on board. Because after that, everybody was, So then I hear I finally remember his theme song. So I said, oh, it's Logan Paul. I was surprised at myself. Okay? Y'all know when new people come, or people that's hardly there comes, it takes me a while to remember whose song is whose. Okay? The only person you ain't ever got to worry about that was part-time, if I knew whose song it was Edge's. I knew his off the jump. Okay? I knew his off the jump. I wonder if Sting is going to get inducted to the Hall of Fame. Has he been inducted to the Hall of Fame? Speaking of the Hall of Fame. Anyway, I knew it. So, yeah. So at first I was like, I like his gear, because I don't think I've seen him in anything other than black and yellow. Then I said, but it's giving me American Gladiator. And I forgot he was the third person in that match. Because I was like, why the hell is he out here? Then I was like, the U.S. champion can qualify for a Money in the Bank match? And then I was sitting there like, did that happen last year too? Because I was like, who was the U.S. title champion last year? What I said, at this time last year, was it Bobby Lashley or was it still Theory? I was asking a whole bunch of questions in my head at one time. Then I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. And I said, wouldn't it be funny if Carmelo came out here? I was like, because Carmelo kind of got a beef with LA, but I was like, LA got a thing with Logan, so I don't know if they're going to ever make that triple threat match, but I can't wait for that. I ended up fighting. Homeboy brought out dude from Indianapolis, because I was trying to figure that out, because I was like, is he going to be on the show, or is he quitting playing basketball and going to be a wrestler? Okay? This is what I will say. I don't know who's been watching these. And if you've been paying attention and actually taking heed to what I've been saying, thank you. I mean that with sincerity. Because when my son and I, first of all, when I used to look up when you guys were coming to certain cities, they would already have like the 6 people who you expected to see in the city for that certain show. Excuse me. Which is kind of good if you want to see your favorite. But at the same time, it kind of give it away. Because if I'm like, okay, well, I already seen this person, in my mind, I'm counting it off. And I'm like, where is Becky? Or something like that. And then she pops up. And we're like, okay, there's Becky. You know what I'm saying? But it also helps the WWE, because if someone gets injured or sick or has an emergency, you don't have to apologize for them not coming. Like that one time Roman, they come to the house show and then people are upset that they ain't come because they bought the ticket to see him. But then also too, I like the fact that we're not getting emails of matches that we've never heard of on the emails. So prior to, remember I told you guys like I think 6 months to a year ago, it'll show something like DIY is fighting, and they'll be like awesome truth, and we'll be like, they didn't tell us that last week, but it'll show up on the email, and they'll be like, y'all gave away basically the whole show, because why do we know that they're fighting? And then when you realize that from the email, you be like, that's why they got that gear on. Or they'll come up with a match. Yeah. Well, we're about to fight right now. We'll be like, well, we know if we get the emails. Now, on the emails, it basically just shows us what you guys told us last week. So that's what I like. So like last week, we knew we had 3 qualified Money in the Bank matches. And we knew about the ceremony. We didn't know about the situation with like Nia and all them. We didn't know about the situation with Bloodline, RKO, and Cody. Like, keep it like that. Keep us surprised as fans. You know what I'm saying? It's also, I feel like, good marketing. I don't know who's ever slipping information to the people online. Talking about some, I don't know where to get that from. But they're not wrong, and all the information so happens to be true. So you're paying someone to be a mole or a fake mole in the company to let stuff go out for you guys to stay relevant so that they can get the updates, and it keeps the other company also from getting the check. But it is what it is. It's like when celebrities pay for their own paparazzi. So I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so he came out homeboy. He tried to go get the brass knuckles. Still lost. Okay? Then after doing all of that, I thought Santos was going to have the win. LA Knight ended up having a win. And I like LA Knight. I ain't going to hold you. That's an expected win for me, to be honest. I'd have liked it better if Santos got it. If LA Knight don't get Money in the Bank after this, he might not need no title shot for a little bit. Not unless he go up against Logan. But I really want to see Montez against Logan. And I've said that numerous times. And that was ironic because after that, who was it? Mi Chin came out and said something about Nia. So she was like, all right. So then, Street Profits said something about the Bloodline. I said, Bloodline got layers of enemies, don't they? So then when they said no, Pretty Deadly came out, and I said, wait, is Pretty Deadly back on Smackdown? Because I was like, I thought they was in Raw. Okay? I was like, is this a one-time thing? Or did they realize, okay, they have more of a story on Smackdown, one. Or are they going to make a faction, like I said, with like A-Town Down Under them and Logan, or at least them two and one of them, like Theory, or them two and Grayson or something like that. Because why have them? I almost fell out. Let me go sit back down. Why have them on the show if this is not the brand that they're on? Now we're blurring lines. We might as well be like how we was back in the day. Just have who the hell ever we want on each brand. Okay? We already really kind of do that with NXT. So if you don't be watching Tuesday night, you be confused as hell. When they be talking about stuff, you come back, watch stuff on like Friday and Monday. Because you be like, what? Like, I was trying to figure out where New Catch Republic was for a while. Because I was like, I ain't seen them on Raw lately. They been on NXT. But so has Legado de Fantasma. Because they was in the 25-minute elimination joke. But you also got beef with Apollo. So, I like the layers of that only because if you're invested in certain characters, you're going to watch both because of the characters. I like that, or at least the highlights. Yeah, so after that, they were laughing that Logan Paul had win Baron and Apollo. And then Melo had came out. And Melo, they was like, Melo for the Knicks? He was like, no, I actually won a championship. I said, ooh. And they was talking about he wasn't gonna win Money in the Bank. I said I like to see Apollo and Baron get TV time, especially Apollo. Because the only time TV time I remember him getting is NXT, but I wasn't watching like that before 2022. So I've watched bits and pieces. Well, if it's on, I'll flick it through channels. I'll watch it. Y'all know we watch it. So I was like, we getting people. I was like, so when is Cedric and Adonis gonna get back TV time or whatever? I'm not mad at it. So when Pretty Deadly had came out, and they was talking about Pretty Deadly the musical, and then we didn't ever get today. Smackdown went so fast. That's how I know it was a lot going on and a little bit going on at the same time. Like it wasn't a lot going on, but because the segments were longer. And it was so much layers and details that the time went by so fast. Because when he said basically a match of Street Profits versus Pretty Deadly, I'm thinking tonight. And then when Solo's music came back on, I said, hold the hell on. I looked at the thing. I said, it's 9:44. I was like, dang, them 2 hours went by fast as hell. But before that, it was in the beatdown. It was Angelo, I think, for me too. Ain't nobody trying your musical. But I was like, I was sitting there confused for a while because I was like, wait, what? And then what happened before that? Oh, I said it's ironic because literally, when I tell you, my son and I had watched. So he watches YouTube and Netflix. That's all he watches. We'll watch an old school movie. Like the other day we watched Uncle Drew. And before that we watched Little Giants. Okay. So we're watching, and he's watching like Gaming with Kev on YouTube. And then he watched some other boy skits or something like that on YouTube, some family. So then Money in Bank 2022 came on. We're watching the Usos versus Street Profits. And I said, that's ironic how he wants to have we're watching a segment now that got the Uso B-Fab B-Fab wants Street Profits to fight the Bloodline, the new one. I'm like, we just watched the match with Street Profits and the Usos, and Montez's shoulder wasn't down from 2 years ago. Like, they did my man dirty. Like, they did him dirty again this year. Because his wife, I love Bianca Down. Okay? That's my girl. And they gave her the tag titles again. My man Montez ain't had a title yet. He should have got the title, but they should have took off with him after the EC last year. Okay? So when the hell is he going to get a joint title with Angelo or a singles title? Like, when is that happening? I'm tired of protesting. Something got to give, okay? Something's got to give. I know people are probably like, oh, there's so many layers, there's so many storylines. But that's the beauty of 2024 in this new Triple H cinema era, okay? It don't matter if you put who y'all think is the lowest level star on there. They even got a storyline. So I'm trying to tell it ain't even a bloodline thing. You know what I'm saying? And then, how long is that going to last? Like, when is Jimmy coming back? Because Solo's wife is very much pregnant, okay? And I know he probably going to be gone for 6 weeks. When after they had that baby. So what's going to happen with that storyline when he gone? Okay? Like, what's going to happen then? Okay? Well, he might just be gone for 2 months. Because I think Gunther was only gone for like 2 months after his son was born. But the good thing about Raw is Raw got so many stars and has so many stories too. We didn't even know that nigga was gone until he came back. Or when I finally said something, I was like, Gunther been gone for a little bit. But he's kind of like, he's not like a Sammy. Like, Sammy and Seth will fight for their title every week. Gunther was more like a Roman. So even though he was there every Monday, he ain't fight for his title every week. So him getting gone for 2 months, you ain't really, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing like out the ordinary. So I ain't noticed he was gone for that long. until like the week before he came back. And I was like, that man Gunther ain't been back for a minute. And then somebody on Twitter, this how I be finding stuff out. Because y'all know I don't read the articles, but you know, when you be tweeting certain stuff, like certain stuff or similar stuff be coming on your timeline. So I was like, Gunther just had, Walter just had a baby. I go, okay. Because I don't be knowing. After I watch this show and tweet and then make this video, I goes on about my life. Like after this video, I probably fall asleep on this couch, watch a React channel and Dish Nation. Okay? I read some Bible scriptures, pray I don't fall asleep while I'm praying. And that's it for me. Okay? Stay hydrated. So, yeah. So then after that, it was my girls, Blair, who I've been waiting for. Her interest is everything. That thing in the middle, I don't know if that's supposed to be a mirror like Snow White in the Seven Doors, or is it supposed to be a shield, like a crest type situation? But I like that. Okay? I liked her entrance. She came in. Indi, I like when Indi wears that gear with the 2.0. She was cute. I don't know if I could breathe into it at the same time, y'all. And then Naomi came in looking like a metro station sign. Okay? She had on my color, neon green, my favorite color. And she had the metro station sign. I'm gonna pass this out of that. Or the dude that do the what's the that dude, Neon Cowboy. Pads on Neon Cowboy designed one of her outfits today. Because that Metro stops that Metro inspired gear was on point. I'm about to say New York Metro, not DC Metro. DC Metro ours don't have the little circles like that. Ours have different colors, but it's lines to make it look like it's. Ours is weird. Okay, and they added 2 new lines in the past 10 years. And before we didn't have a silver and purple line when I was little. I think in the last 20 years, 25 years, they added the blue line. No, they extended the blue line. That's what it was. Because it was only red, green, orange, yellow. And they added the blue line, and then they extended it up to my grandma's house. And then they added, they was adding the silver line when I last lived up there in 2016. It was finishing the silver line. And I went back up there, they added the purple line. I'm like, that's how you know it's too many people in DC. And then the trains have worked. The new trains, but they supposed to be new. Go back to the old ones. Yeah, so that match ended up being, they tried to double team Naomi, didn't work, and I think Blair ended up accidentally hitting Indi or something like that. They ended up turning on each other and tried to fight. Indi tried to tag both of them, and I said, I don't know if Jessica was waiting for her to put her hands down or put her body over them to count, or if she counted late. I was like, because if she counted late, that's the second time in 2 weeks. And then I was gonna say Jazz, Lord, wrong wrestler. Sorry, y'all. Jazz is my girl too. Her and Jackie. That was a time. Okay, it's China. For me, growing up, Sable, Jazz, Jacqueline, Ivory. Like, that was a time. Okay, anyway. Alita, of course, Trish. But, Molly Holly. Listen, my teeth. But, I don't know. I'm looking at my team. Yeah, so then Jade comes out, gets Indi, gives her leg back. And I said, this might be her wheelhouse right now. Disruptor. It might be her thing. You know what I'm saying? You know who played a good disruptor for a while? That's part of a faction. And then when he actually wrestled, I was like, I didn't know he was that good in the ring. JD McDonough. And I don't know what he was like in NXT. I don't remember. But if he was working on his craft in between Raw and all he had to do was come in there and break up or help them Judgment Day win a match, and in between that he probably like at home practicing wrestling in the dungeon with Natty or something, and he still get paid to do that. That was his wheelhouse. That's why I feel like Jade right now, like, she good at disrupting, because like all her matches has been single matches without her by herself have been get disrupted. She might as well be a disruptor. Do it back or start to disrupt it. Okay? So that ended up happening. Naomi ended up pinning, I think, Blair, and my girl going to the Money in the Bank. Now I'm trying to figure. Now I want to know who is going to be the final man and final woman on Monday, because that's it, especially the men. That's an interesting lineup. Second of all, I said last week I screamed. Last week was perfect. Condolences to Pat's family too. That was the only thing that would have made it perfect. If Pat, I kind of wish the Bloodline was on Raw, or they would have brought Pat in and Cole that Friday, because that reaction to them seeing Jacob would have been the ending would have been totally different than what it was. They still would have ended with Cody going through that table, but the ending, the commentary. Then, okay, the ceremony. So the music come back on. I'm over here vibing. Solo told him he was going to listen to him. What kind of wise man will he be? He said, all right. This nigga Solo say, acknowledge me. I said, I know you not. I went hoarse. I tried to raise my voice. I'm out of breath now. I said, I know you not. I know he ain't say that. And Paul had red around his eyes. I said, either he could cry on cue, or he was already crying. He knew it was the end of the era. They bring out, he said, my enforcer, Jacob. I said, yep, that makes sense. I said, that's all he could be. Not saying it like that in a bad way. Said it like, Jacob should have been the original enforcer. If y'all know Jacob and the way he wrestles in his promos, he should have been the original. Okay? Second, he wasn't the original. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? I like the storyline regardless. After he said that, acknowledge me. After he said acknowledge me, it went from that to, I looked in the back. I said, why Jacob looking at Solo like that? So Tyler acknowledges him. Tyler Lowe acknowledges him. Jacob acknowledges him. They get up to Paul. I said, don't do it, Paul. Don't do it. He takes out the leg beads. I said, I know the hell he not. I said, I hope them not the same beads that Roman received from your uncle Arthur and his daddy Sika that just passed away. Because if not, you need your ass kicked. I said, not the same week he done passed away. I said, you definitely need your kid. So when Paul saw the stuff and look, and he said, I love you, but you are not my child. I said, okay, Paul. Tell him again, Paul. He spoke, Samoan spiked Paul and something. I tried to give you, or tried to tell you, or something, give you chances. I said, then they moved him. Jacob did a crossbody jump, came down, right, and put him through the table. Then they raised up. Now that time I know why the things went out, but the other time, because if things went out again, the sound went out 2 or 3 times. But that time I actually know, because after that he said I could hear when they put the sound back in. Corey was talking. He was talking, "F you Solo, F you Solo." He was saying that. But the part that got me is the way that Wade got the hell up out of his chair, went to the corner by the barricade, and then went over the barricade. And I'm like, my mans, you was a whole wrestler wrestling with people like this, and you scared? I know you not. I know if you don't get your tail back on this other side of this barricade, what is wrong with you? Okay? Another side note, I didn't know that Ryan was an ESPN analyst. I knew he played football. I knew he was on the pivot, one of the calls, because I watched the one with him and Montez and Bianca in that interview, because I was cracking up. But I didn't know he was an ESPN analyst, okay? But I said, oh, y'all, when I tell y'all next Friday, I'm going to lose my mind. This been stressing me out. I done turned gray right here again. And I done colored my hair like 2 months ago. WWE got me stressed out. Between that and life, okay? I'm trying to figure what the hell is going on. Y'all done messed up my man's Paul. And then he grabbed the mic when Paul was about to speak. I said, not him grabbing the mic like he Jimmy. What had me weak is some little kid, when they came out, had a sign that said, "Save us, Jimmy." And I was like, that sign is hilarious. Yeah, at the same time, it's facts. Because what is happening? Like, who are these people? This is not the bloodline. Like, I know the bloodline do some menacing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, they will mess up matches and stuff like that. But outside of that, they not messing up nobody's livelihood, scaring away, stuff like that to let them know that they're, well, number one, when you the head lion or tiger or whatever you want to say you are, you only got to put fear in a couple people's heart for the rest of the people to instantly get it. You ain't got to go from person to person to person to person to person. That's something that people that want to be top dog do. That's not what top dogs do. Top dogs do. Say for me, for instance, if I'm the top dog, okay, say I'm a wrestler, and Beyonce is a wrestler. She got a fan base she got, right? And then Kendrick's a wrestler, Kendrick Lamar. And I'm part of the bloodline, and I put the fear of God in Beyonce, and she part like, what? Damage Control. I got a female person in the bloodline. And I put the fear of God in Kendrick Lamar, and he's part of Legado de Fantasma. All their followers in the rest of the locker room is going to acknowledge me and what damage I can do. So I put the fear of God in 2 of them. I don't need to go put the fear of God in daggone LWO and DIY Austria. I ain't got to keep going from person to person because they already know. And that's the difference between this bloodline and the first bloodline. The first bloodline only had to do a couple people. This bloodline seems like it's building up everybody. Like, God dang, what else is happening? Okay? I'm intrigued at the same time, but I'm nervous and I'm scared because I don't know what the hell going to happen. I really wish I was going to Toronto. I already got my hotel booked for WrestleMania. I booked it the week that April was available. Me and my son gonna be there. I don't care if it's only Sunday. Y'all want to give me us tickets for Saturday, we will go. We thought about Friday, and I love WWE down, but the way my sleep schedule is set up and the way I'll be hungry sitting in that chair for 7 hours, I can't do it. I can't do Smackdown Hall of Fame both nights. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Not without leaving, taking a nap, or eating or something. I can't. But I know for sure I'll be there Sunday. If nothing else, I'm going to be in WrestleMania at Allegiant Stadium on Sunday. But I'm about to get off here and get some rest. Whatever I forget, charge to my head, not to my heart, because I'm really under the weather. And Bailey looked cute too. I did see her interact with Naomi. Can't wait to see the upcoming events, okay? But, and where is Shinsuke at? I heard he quit. Random. I heard that. Not sure if that's true or not, but I haven't seen him do his promos. But I see Andrade do like a Shinsuke type promo tonight. So I'm kind of confused. I hope that's not the case. I like him. But I know, just like Asuka, he goes to Japan like for a month or two during the summer or something like that, and then he comes back towards the end to go visit his family, which is understandable if that's in his contract. So for the people that don't know that and think he quit, that might be the reason. But I was like, where has he been? But if that's the case, I'm not mad at it. People sacrifice so much of themselves that we forget that they're human. Okay? Don't forget that people are human just because you see them doing whatever. Okay? And still treat them the same. Like my son's dad is on tour right now. He still gets cussed out if he gets on my nerves. Even though he's very much an entertainer, nothing changes over here. Okay? My whole family are musicians, like I've said, so nothing changes. You treat me, you meet me, whatever. Okay? I can separate the two. But y'all be safe out here. Because me and my son went outside back to back Saturday and Sunday, which we never do. And we caught COVID one of them days. So and a lot of people here in North Carolina have been catching it in June. So please, please, please be safe. Okay? And don't think it's just a cold or a cough or something, because that's what I thought it was. And I had the Rona. Okay? I got it now. Love you all. Bye.